Hello all, welcome to today's Akai Pro tutorial. My name is Riley, and today I'll be showing you how to use the onboard features, like Note Repeat and the Arpeggiator, on your new Akai MPK Mini Play MK3. Let's go! First things first, make sure you watch our previous MPK Mini video that covers all aspects of product registration, software installation, and basic setup in MPC Beats, especially if you plan on using your MPK Mini Play with your computer as a software controller. You can find the link to that video down in the description. So we've got our unit here, and the first step is to get your cables plugged in. On the back, you'll see 3 different cable jacks, one for a USB connection, one for headphones or an 1/8" audio output, and one for a sustain pedal. With the USB jack, you can connect your device to your computer to give it power, or plug the USB end of the cable into a standard USB wall charger. Make sure your charging block's output is at least 5 volts and 100 milliamperes. You also have the option to insert 4 AA batteries and completely bypass the need to use your device with a USB cable and computer. You'll see the accompanying power setting next to the USB input, so you can switch between power sources. Note that you can use your unit's internal sounds regardless of whether you're using USB or battery power. For this video, I'll be using it as a standalone device, so I'm using battery power and an 1/8" output to a mixer. Note that the MPK Mini Play also has an onboard speaker through which your device's internal sounds will play if you don't have anything plugged into the headphone output. So now that your device is powered on, you'll see that the internal sound setting is already selected when using battery power. This makes it so you can access all of the keyboard and drum kit presets that are built into your device. Turn up the volume knob a bit and select any of the 128 included presets that you like using the selection knob. Ooh, I really like this one. Cool, so you've got your sound loaded. Let's figure out how to modify it. On the top left part of the unit, you'll see a red joystick, the XY controller. This combines both the pitch and mod wheel functions found on many keyboards. Toggling the joystick up and down bends the pitch of the sound by up to 2 semitones. Moving it to the left modifies the expression setting, which is useful for changing the volume and intensity of a sound without having to adjust the volume knob. Moving it to the right controls the mod wheel setting, which adds vibrato to your selected sound. To the right of the XY controller, you have 4 knobs to further control your sound. By default, these knobs control your selected sound's filter, resonance, reverb amount, and chorus amount. Press the Knobs AB button to access the knob settings in red text. In this mode, the 4 knobs will control your sound's attack, release, and low and high EQ. Under the XY controller is where you'll find some really fun keyboard tools. Let's start with the Arpeggiator. Simply put, the Arpeggiator makes the unit's internal computer repeat multiple notes in a specified sequence, allowing you to play sequences that would otherwise be difficult or impossible. After turning it on, you'll hear the keyboard notes cycle through an automated, stepped sequence of notes. To change the Arpeggiator settings, press and hold its on-off button. While holding it, use the selection knob to change the tempo, or beats per minute. Use the left side keyboard keys to change the time division, or length of the notes played in the sequence. You can set it anywhere from quarter notes to 30-second notes, as well as triplet versions of each. Just to the right of these keys are up and down keys for changing the sequence's note order to ascending or descending. Use the center keys to change the arpeggiator's play pattern. Exclusive plays the notes from lowest to highest, then highest to lowest, with the lowest and highest notes only playing once at the change in direction. Inclusive also plays notes from low to high to low again, but the lowest and highest notes play twice when changing direction. Order will make notes play in the order they are pressed on the keyboard. Random plays the sequence notes in a completely random order. The latch setting will make the arpeggiator continue to sequence your notes even after you take your fingers off the keys. Use the right side keys to change the number of octaves used in the arpeggiator. You'll also see keys to change the swing percentage, which will give your sequence's steps a bit of a swinging, syncopated feel. Below the arpeggiator are the octave up and down buttons. The MPK Mini Play has 25 keys, so use these buttons to access the full range of octaves. Alright, now to make some beats. The MPK Mini Play also comes with 10 drum kit presets. Press the drums button under the unit's screen and scroll through them with the selector knob. Use the pad's AB key to access more sounds in the kit. Each drum kit comes with 16 samples, 8 on side A of the pads and 8 on side B. You'll hear that the pads are pressure sensitive. This means the volume of the sound is dependent on how hard or soft you hit the pad. If you want all samples to be played at full volume, regardless of pad pressure, press the full level button. A creative tool you can use with your pads is the Note Repeat function. Enabling this setting will make samples repeat at a specified interval while holding the pad. You can change the BPM, time division, and swing settings by holding the Note Repeat button and pressing the appropriate keyboard keys, just like the arpeggiator. If you find a keyboard sound or drum kit you really like, save it as a favorite by holding and pressing the Favorites and Internal Sounds keys, then tapping one of the pads. To access your favorites, press and hold the Favorites button and tap the pad with the preset you want to load. One final note before we wrap up. If you're using the arpeggiator or note repeat functions while using your device with MPC Beats, you can either use its internal metronome or sync it to the MPC Beats metronome. Syncing with MPC Beats will make note repeat and the arpeggiator automatically sync with your project tempo. To enable this, open the Preferences menu and go back to the MIDI/Sync tab. In the Output Ports section, turn on Sync, then in the Sync Output drop-down menu, select MIDI Clock. Then, on your MPK Mini Play, press and hold the arpeggiator or note repeat button and tap the sync key on the far right of the keyboard. The onboard screen should show BPM external, confirming that your MPK Mini will now listen to the incoming MIDI clock signal from MPC Beats. It's important to remember that in external mode, note repeat and the arpeggiator will only work when receiving a MIDI clock signal. MPC Beats will only start sending this signal after you press play, so keep that in mind. You'll need to start playback in MPC Beats to start sending the MIDI signal before using the arpeggiator or note repeat functions, since this provides your MPK Mini with a metronome to follow. And that'll do it for today's video. As always, thanks for tuning in, and I really hope you enjoy getting to know your new MPK Mini Play MK3. For more Akai Pro resources and technical support, check out the links in the description below. Until next time.